Hello, I wanted to share this setup just by adding another piece of, this is a 8x6 plastic vapor barrier tarp. Now I just cut this off a roll of vapor barrier, and this same plastic here off the same roll, I've used it for a hammock tarp many times. I used it for many shelters. I really trust this stuff and used it many times, like I said. So by adding this, it fits in a sandwich bag and I can fit it in a pouch on my side. By adding this, what it's done is gave me a porch area for having a fire underneath and preparing my wood and such if it's pouring rain. Very important. To get a fire going when it's pouring rain, you have to have it covered. Now you can have a larger fire and light rain and such, and you sometimes can get away with it, but having it covered like this can make a huge difference. Under here I can process my firewood. I can keep a small fire going under here and still heating up my shelter. If it's extreme temperatures, I would need a larger fire, which I would not want under this plastic. Any kind of fire near a shelter or in a shelter, it can be dangerous. You have to do so at your own risk. By having a smaller fire, I can provide myself with some warmth. This also allows me to use this plastic for a super shelter setup as well. So it gives me some options. And this here is an 8x6 plastic tarp that I've cut out of the roll. And just carrying both of these gives me a lot more protection. I could use this tarp alone as a shelter. Say my other one ripped in half for whatever reason or full of holes. I still have this as an option for a shelter alone. Now up here I used a stone. That one I used a stone. Down below I tied it in 3 spots. On the ends I used those buttons, and I used the stone in the middle, just so I didn't have the sag between the 2 sheets. Now another thing you're going to have to think about is if it rains and this isn't perfectly straight, it can pool and then gets so heavy that it can fall down and not run off and go down and underneath. So remember that when you set these up, that all those little factors can come into play. So I'm going to give you a quick look around.
So you got that there, it comes down, and as you see, it comes over top. But there is a little sag right in this spot here. So I could bring it down more, and that would stop that. And because you want that tight across there so it's going to roll down. Now, you're not driving any stakes in the ground right now because it's frozen. But you can lay sticks on your tarp and such to keep it taut in the back if need be. Now what I would do is I would make myself a brush or debris bed, and I would be all set.
You can see there's lots of room under here, and I have the sleeping area. So this is good for being out here, working around and such, keeping the rain off you. Putting your gear out here and such, having your long fire. So it gives you lots of options. This here is just another way to enhance your survival blanket shelter. And it's very lightweight, compact, so why not? I bring these to you all because I think of my situations. I'm out here a lot, and I'm always trying to come up with new ideas to improve on what I carry. Now, like I said before, ideally you just carry a bag that you would go camping with. But a lot of people want to carry very minimal, so I come up with stuff like this just because it's still minimal, but it can really increase your chances of survival. Thanks a lot for watching, and take care.